Hello friends, let us discuss the current affairs from inside IAS Academy, and let us discuss the current affairs from of 10th June 2019. Let us go to the first topic, the National Strategy for Wellbeing 2031. It was adopted by the UAE. This is important for prelims point of view. And what is the purpose of this? To make the UAE as a world leader in the quality of life. Next, it is to promote an integrated concept of well-being and supporting the vision of UAE 2021 and UAE Sentinel in of 2071. And the only important point is the national strategy for well-being was adopted by UAE. Next topic is Pacific Ring of Fire. Mount Sinabang volcano. Mount Sinabang volcano has recently erupted. This volcano is present in the Sumatra island of western Indonesia. See the location in the map or internet. And Indonesia is the meeting point of three continental plates: the Pacific, Eurasian, and Indo-Australian plates. So, due to this reason, due to this meeting points is present near the Indonesia, there are a large number of volcanoes present in the Indonesia. So what is Ring of Fire? Ring of Fire is in the Pacific region, which has about 450 volcanoes, and three of the world most active volcanoes are present here. They are the Mount St. Helens in USA, and Mount Fuji in Japan, and Mount Pinatubo in Philippines. Pinatubo in Philippines, and Mount Helens and Mount Fuji. And please look at these locations in the map. Next, how is this ring of fire formed? It is formed by the subduction of oceanic tectonic plates and continental plates. Actually, generally we have continental drift theory. This continents and ocean continent and oceanic plate move together, and this suppose this is continental plate, this is oceanic plate, and this is having lesser sorry, this is having lesser denser material than the oceanic plate. So as the lesser denser material floats over the oceanic plate, this when they come together, it seems like this. This is oceanic plate, oceanic plate. This is continent plate. So due to this, subduction zone will be formed. Here, some kind of energy is released, and so that earthquakes and volcanoes will be formed over here. And this region ring of fire is mainly due to the subduction of these plates. So this area full of ring of fire is consists of active volcanoes and also earthquakes. Next, why does the ring of fire trigger earthquakes? Earthquakes generally happens in subduction zone. Then Indonesia is having the ring of fire is having the large number of subduction zones. So due to this, earthquake will happen. Next, energy is released from the Earth molten core. Like we know that suppose Earth is divided into many layers, and from the core, some energy is released, and it forces the tectonic plates to move, and they crash up against each other, causing friction. This friction causes buildup of energy. This due to this friction, energy will be built up over there, and this is released and causes to earthquake to happen. This energy will result into the earthquake. This is the Pacific Ring of Fire, and these are the countries. This is Japan, South Korea, and these countries will be totally affected by the earthquakes and also tsunamis. If these earthquakes happen in the ocean, then it leads to tsunami. And next topic is leader of opposition. Congress has only 52 MPs in 2019 elections. So, as there is a norm that a party to get a leader of opposition position, it need to get 10% of seats in that house. So, as the Congress do not get this, it do not have any claim to get the leader of opposition post. There is no opposition now. Uh, Leader of opposition is recognized by the speaker or chairman, not president. This is important question from the previous point of view. Here, UPSC may give a statement to say by saying that it is leader of opposition can be recognized by the president. No, it is not that. It is only the speaker or chairman who decides the leader of opposition based upon their strength, not just their wish. And it is a statutory post. Statutory post means it is in the form of any act under salaries and allowances of leader of opposition in Parliament Act. Leader of opposition is defined over there. What is the significance of leader of opposition? He is the shadow prime minister. Suppose tomorrow if prime minister resigns or if the party loses majority, then leader of opposition party can form a party, can form a government through coalition or some other means. So he is considered as the shadow prime minister, and he is ready to take over the if the government fails. Falls if the sorry, as I said that if government falls or if government loses majority in the Lok Sabha, then opposition will take into the picture, come into the picture, and leader of opposition plays an important role in bringing cohesiveness and effectiveness to the opposition's functioning in policy and legislative work. Next is he maintains the neutrality in the appointment of the heads of CBC, CBI, CSE, and Lokpal. Actually, these bodies are non-constitutional bodies, and to appoint the head of these bodies, there will be a committee. This committee will consist of 3 to 4 people, and one among them is leader of opposition. As but due to the as there is no 10 as 10% seats is formula is followed to get a position of leader of opposition. Excuse me. As this 10% formula is followed in the leader of opposition, government is saying that it cannot form the body of Lokpal as there is no opposition in the parliament. So now Supreme Court has given order that the party which is having the largest number of seats can be considered as the leader, irrespective of his having 10% seats or not. So now Lokpal has been appointed. So this 10% formula should be removed to get a designation of this. If there is no 10% seats to any party, then the speaker should consider the highest party as the largest seats in the party as the opposition. Next is cabinet secretary. Cabinet secretary, generally cabinet secretary has a 2-year tenure, but now the Pradeep Kumar Sinha has got some extension in his tenure, and he is the longest serving bureaucrat in entire country since independence. Pradeep Kumar Sinha. According to the All India Service Death Cum Retirement Benefits Rules 1958, government can give extension in the service to a cabinet secretary, provided that total tenure cannot be extended 4 years. Like suppose government is extending the tenure of Pradeep Kumar Sinha, but this tenure, his entire tenure, 2 plus 2, I mean 2 plus something added here. This should not be greater than 4 years total. So this is the norm. What is the role of cabinet secretary? Cabinet secretary is direct charge of prime minister. Under the direct charge of prime minister, he is the administrative head of secretary. See, under the secretary head is cabinet secretary, and the cabinet secretary who is the ex officio chairman of civil service board. Next, what are the functions of it? Functions of cabinet secretary: decision making in government and by ensuring the interministerial coordination, and he is responsible for the administration of government of India. Like in transaction of business, he plays a key role, and he also facilitates the smooth transaction of business in ministers and departments of the government, and he is the management of major crisis situations. Under crisis situations, he plays an important role. Next is Antarrashtriya Yoga Divas Media Samman. This is a new award given by the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Here, the award is given to the media which has contributed for the awareness, spreading awareness among the about yoga. In, next is G20. G20 ministerial meeting has took place on trade and digital economy, which was held in Japanese city, that is Sukumba. Sorry, Sukuba. Sorry about the pronunciation. What is the aim of this session? Aim of this meeting to promote trade and cooperation among the G20 countries. Promote trade and cooperation among the G20 countries, and to harness the potential of digital economy. This was the main aim of this recently held summit. And G20, about the G20 is formed in 1999. It is the forum of governments and central bank governors, and it has 85% of gross world product, and 80% of the world trade happens through these countries. There is no permanent staff for the G20. This is important. G20 has no permanent staff. This is important from the business point of view. And what is the objectives of G20? General objectives: reviewing and promoting the international financial stability, and solve the balance of payment problems by improved coordination of monetary, fiscal, and financial policies. And G20 has 20 member countries, 19 member countries plus one is European Union. And from this map, you can understand the country EU members. See, from these articles, you can open the map and you can find out the country names and the capitals, so that map painting will not be difficult for you. So you see the 20 countries over here and blend your map. Next topic is initiative launched in India on the eve of the World Food Safety Day. First initiative is State Food Safety Index. This index was prepared by Food Safety Standard Authority of India (FSSAI) under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. It it aim is to measure the performance of states on 5 parameters of food safety, and Chandigarh topped the list in 2018-19 under the Food Safety Index. And next is Roman 1. Sorry, Raman 1. Raman 1 is a handheld battery operated equipment that detects the adulteration in fats, ghee, and edible oils. If there is some problem in the food, then it will be detected by the Raman 1. Next, food safety magic box. It is do-it-yourself food testing kit. Actually, it is a kit to test the food adulterations on yourself, on your own food. It is generally used in schools. Actually, if there is a midday meal scheme, if someone finds that food is somewhat has some problem, then they can use this mission, and they can test the adulteration of this food, so that there will be no problem like food poison. Like that. And next is Eat Right Awards. Eat Right Awards was initiated by the FSAI to recognize the contributions made by food companies and individuals to empower citizens to choose safe and healthy food. Let us go to next topic. Spice 2000 glided bombs. Indian Air Force has signed a deal with the Israel Rafale Advanced Defense System to provide a batch of Spice 2000 guided bombs. The full form of Spice is Smart, Precise, and Impact Cost FTS. It is a guidance and maneuvering kit. It can overcome errors in loading targets and GPS jamming, and also reduce the collateral damage. And this is the last article. Thank you for the discussion.